In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a free online tool to prepare photos for uploading to a website. I have created a folder here called Original Photos, and let's take a look at some of these photos. Here are some photos that we want to upload to the website, but when you look at the sizes here, they're very large. A website photo should be no larger than 100 kilobytes, so this one is 20 times the size that is appropriate for a website. And that's why we're going to not only resize them, but we're going to smash them to make the smallest file size as we can. And the rule of thumb is that the smaller the file size, the faster it uploads, so people don't have to wait for your photos to upload. So I've got this original photos file, and I want to keep these original photos because if you want to use a photo for a brochure or a poster or something like that, you're going to need the larger file size. But for the web, we're going to smash them, and that's why I've made this empty folder here called Smash Photos. Now this online tool is called Aviary. It's at aviary.com. And their image editor is called Phoenix, and we're going to launch that just by clicking on this image editor button, and then we're going to click on Launch Phoenix. Okay, and that launches the Phoenix application, and here you've got two options: start from scratch if you want to draw something, but we're going to upload an image. So we're going to click there. We're going to browse to our desktop, which has that folder called Original Photos, and we're going to go into that folder. And I like this photo here of the girls lying on the dots. So I'm going to click Open, and then down here I need to click Upload. Now the photo is very large. You can see up here in the screen it says 100%. So if you were to upload this photo to a website, this is the size that it would naturally want to be. So obviously we got to crop this down. So just to see more of the photo, I'm going to put the slider down so I can see all of the photo. This photo is pretty nice the way it is, but some photos you may want to crop, and this is how you do that. You select this rectangular selection tool, and you select where you would want to crop the photo to just by dragging from one corner and then diagonally over to the other corner. So we're going to crop this like this. And then release, and it shows some little marching ants that show the outside image. Now if you want to redo this, if you didn't get it right the first time, you can just click and drag again. And maybe we'll try this one more time. Okay, that's exactly how we want it to be cropped. So then, once you have the selection, you go up here to Image, and then choose Crop Selection, and it'll crop it. So now the photo is still pretty large. If you go to 100%, see it's still pretty large. For this website that I'm doing, the largest you want the photo to be is 575 pixels wide by 575 pixels high. So we need to resize this. So you just go up here to Image, you go to Image Resize, and you check the larger of the two, which happens to be the width. You type 575 in there, and when you click in the height, it automatically adjusts to sizes proportional. And that's because we have this check down here, Constrain Proportion. And now we're going to apply. So now our photo is resized, but we're not done yet. We still have to smash this photo. And that means taking out the extra file data that's not necessary and making this the smallest file size possible. So to do that, we're going to now export the file. So we go File, Export Image. We want to turn this file into a JPEG. And then here it has quality options. At 100% quality, we're not smashing it at all. It's just going to go at normal quality. But we want to go down to about, I'd say, 60 quality. And you can see in this window how it's going to affect the photo. For instance, if you did like 14 quality, oh, that looks pretty bad. So we would never do that to a photo. But usually if going about 60 to 70%, somewhere around there, you get you get rid of all that extra file size, but yet you still have a nice file. So now we're ready to save this back to our desktop again. We're going to click on that Generate Image. They're preparing it for download, and once this download turned green, you can click on that button. And here it's wanting to put it back into our original photos folder, but we're going to click back up to the desktop, and we're going to go down to our Smashed Photos folder, and then we're going to save this with a name, something that makes sense. So I'm going to call this Girls on Dots. Now the way I've named this file, that's called Camel. That's called a camel style, which means the first letter is lowercase, and every time you start a new word you just do an uppercase letter. This G is the head of the camel, and the O and the N the O and the D are the humps of the camel. That's why they call it camel. So you should name them without any spaces, without any special characters, so you don't want to put an apostrophe anywhere. You don't want to put a space in here, but you want it to be descriptive so that we know what it is when we're uploading it. So now we're going to save that. And then if we want to do a new photo right after this, we just go to File, New Document. Ask you if you're sure you want to discard all these changes. That we can say yes because we've already downloaded this photo. And here we are where we started before. So we can load up another image if we like. So now if we go to our desktop here and we see the Smashed Photos, let's look at the file size. This is 45 kilobytes. When we go back to the original photo and we look at the file size, and I'm not sure what let's see. Let's look at the view. So it's this one. Let's look at the file size of this one. It was 2,372 kilobytes, so we've really improved a lot. This photo should really upload fast. And that's how you prepare the photos for the web.